Okay, so I'm turning my camera on partly because I'm pretty far back in the woods and guess I'm a little scared. I'm trying to look for some fresh sneaker prints. The trail is so narrow and the bush is getting thick that it just doesn't seem as well traveled. You can see I'm looking all around. I feel like I have to be really quiet, but it's so quiet out here. I'm just gonna go up a little further and I just want to see just a little. Sometimes you go up a little hill and you can see if I feel a lot better if I saw like a rest area or something, but I'm starting to hear water again. I really don't know how long this trail goes on to where its real end point is. Oh, maybe this is it? I don't know. It's so hard to tell, but I've come to another opening. So this must be a separate stream. Okay. There's that peak that I thought I was heading to. Then there's some more mountains in the distance there. I came from that general direction. I had my breakdown on the rocks way down there. Probably be easier to walk along the river, but you'll lose the trail, so I'm just gonna keep heading up this way. And watch, I'm gonna be talking to the camera and you guys are gonna see a bear like walk in the background or something. Alright. There's really not much of a trail here anymore. So I'm going to go a little bit further. But I'll have to start heading back soon. Anyways, I don't want to lose daylight. Smart me didn't bring a flashlight today. It's funny, as soon as I turn the camera on, I feel so much more comfortable. And it's not, you do get scared, but obviously, you know, I'm not that scared, you know, to make it out this far. It's just little spurts that kind of hits you, especially if you're not talking and it gets really quiet. Any little twig cracking in the bush of any girl who's by themselves, I mean, come on. But I haven't even ran into any deer or anything other than whatever noise that was that I heard on the way here. I just keep going farther and farther. I keep saying I'm going to turn around and keep going. Yeah, I think this probably would be a smart place. Just to show you, we've got like nothing really, no real good walking trail here. God, this is back country. Yes, it is. Yeah, the trail's just like dwindling down. It's like people started saying, okay, I've gone far enough. And then one person will go and make the trail a little longer and then they'll turn around. Yeah, I think this is the point. It's just that's where the trail went. It was into that shit. So I'm not gonna go any further. It's gonna be too hard to get out if I do totally lose track. So I'll just start walking back here. And hopefully it takes me not so long to get out as it did going in. But there's a couple, I know, uphill points on the way back. So, okay, I gotta go downhill now, so I'm gonna turn this off so I don't fall flat on my face. I'm pretty sure that that dude lied to me. There's no one out here at all. I am totally by myself. unless whoever was out here maybe was following the river or something like that, whereas I kind of started heading up towards the peak. There's all kinds of wildlife out here though. You hear all kinds of noises. You kind of want to be, you know, you feel safer being close to the water, but you got to remember too that animals come to the water to drink and things like that. You know, so don't let your guard down. There's grizzly bears out here, definitely. I saw a couple black bears when I was headed here, not when I was hiking, when I was driving. And the black bears aren't like the ones that we have in Ontario. These ones are really vicious. And the whole playing dead thing doesn't really... Fuck, there was a massive bug on my phone just then. It scared the shit out of me. There's some huge bugs back here, but I'm bigger than them. But what I was saying is black bears, what I read was if you do the whole play dead, they'll just keep coming at you. You would think grizzly bears would be the ones, but I mean, playing dead I'm sure only goes so far, but you'll have a better chance of a grizzly bear leaving you alone if you play dead and stand still than you would a black bear. They're smaller and they're quicker. I mean, even the one that I saw on the way here, it ran across the road and I couldn't outrun that thing. And I mean, they're not too, like, because they're not too big, they're pretty light and they could probably kick your ass, no problem. It's feels good to be back by the water though. Even though I just said it's probably not that safe still. I don't know. Just not being so closed in with all the trees and everything, having an opening you can see right across. I guess the reassurance that I'm going to be able to follow it all the way back to the beginning too. It's annoying having to wear glasses that keep falling, but if I don't, I can't see the mountains in the distance, so yeah, I'm starting to come back to the more wider part of the trail, but I gotta start heading down now, so bye. Okay, taking another break. I come a little ways since my last recording. Okay, I gotta show you, or tell you, I filled up my water bottle at the base of the mountain, and it tastes so clean, and it is so ice cold and so good. The water that I had from this afternoon was really starting to get warm, and I know I don't have a filtration system, so hopefully I don't get sick. Obviously it's not smart just to it's not smart to, you know where I'm going with this. It's so clean. There's not a speck floating around in that. Who knows what else is in there, but I'm really thirsty and I have a long way back, so you have to do what you gotta do. I got a lot of bit further to go actually. Pretty sure I'm on the same trail that I used to get in. Like I said, there's kind of a couple points where it branches off into other trails. So it's really hard to tell, but whatever. I'm enjoying the experience anyways. Okay, I'm gonna pack my gear up and keep going here. So pretty sure this time I'm not hearing things. I heard something, a real thing, and it's creepy. Totally feel like I'm being followed or something like that. But, you know, when you've been out here for a long time, like I said, it starts to set in. Figured I'd turn the camera on though. It was behind me, whatever it was. It sounded like, you know, like a thump on the ground, just like my stick is making. But I'm still just gonna walk pretty steady. I figure if anything is watching me, you don't want to just start running. It's so rocky here. I don't want to trip and hurt myself because it's still a long way back to go. There's a couple weird plants out here. I'm not familiar with the plants, and I'm not very good at identifying them. But I ran my hand across one and it's itchy as hell now. So I don't know what it is. I know it wasn't poison ivy because I know what that looks like. But it had these little blue berries. Not blueberries, but these little berries on it. If I can find another one, I'll snap a picture. But the bristles on it are really sharp, and it kind of scratched my hand. And then a couple minutes later, it started getting really itchy. So that's going to be fun to deal with. But, you know, it's good. It's worth it. I just kind of wasn't being very careful, which you have to do. Even when you're tired, you can't start being sloppy about your footing and stuff. And look at what you're grabbing onto for support before you grab onto it. You don't want to give it a handful of thorns or whatever, like me. Dummy. About the trail getting really narrow, and they had some information coming in, which I didn't have. I just came here. I'm wondering if I missed something. If I probably would have kept following the water more instead of going up into the hills. I think there's waterfalls, because they were mentioning, they asked if I went all the way to the falls, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I'm back at the more touristy area where people normally turn around. There's kind of guardrails and signs and stuff now. So I think I'm about halfway back. In all honesty, it's like I almost want to turn around and see what they were talking about, these waterfalls, but you know, this place ain't going anywhere, so I can always come back. It's getting later on in the day. My dog's at home, unfortunately. She can't come hiking with her bad leg anymore, so I'm just gonna get home to her. But I sure am curious to what I possibly missed out on. But where I got to was really cool, and I don't think a lot of people would be brave enough to go that far on such a small little man-made trail. So, coming to the end of my adventures now, and I'll save a little bit more battery in case my car breaks down on the way home. Great.